Uh, strength.
Vulnerability takes strength.
You
Yes,
can't
it
be
does.
vulnerable without being brave and courageous.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, honestly, I don't hate myself anymore. Honestly, that's like, yeah, I like think I have like value and worth, and I don't have to like keep shrinking myself to get that. And mistakes and failures are lessons and redirection.
And so have you softened at loving yourself a little bit more? Yeah.
Yeah, I said to Sarah the other day, I was like, I'm so funny. I'm so funny.
So good.
And like I just like move through the world really differently now. Especially with the body, like the body work. Oh my god. And I feel like that's an area of growth for certain for the field of psychology, and when I hope to one day fill. And that the body work, the somatic, I mean,
Yeah, it's a game changer.
yeah. I mean, I myself was in therapy most of my life. I was in DBT, which is pretty intensive, for 2 years. I've done it all, and I mean, there's truth in that. It definitely got me where I needed to be. I feel like there was a missing piece, though. It wasn't that wasn't helpful. It just there was like a missing piece, and it was like connection to myself, connection to others.
There was like a wall, like you could get up to a point,
yeah,
and then you couldn't crust over. Was
yeah,
just from our work a few weeks
yes,
ago.
100%.
That's 100%. What I felt, because I knew
yeah.
you were applying. Because I don't see you very often, because Sarah's got you covered, and you were doing really good work. We had worked together once, I think, or twice, maybe twice. Some like when you first came in, and then I was like, okay, Sarah's less expensive. Go to her. She's got you. You're deep. You're aware. You're conscious. You know what you're doing. You're very compliant client, and you do the things, and you did the 21 day, and you have the tools, but you were still having some moments that you wanted to overcome, that still felt like
it was like I couldn't receive love. Like it was like I was sharing with all the closest people in my life, like family, friends, my fiance, Kelly, Sarah, like I've made these mistakes, I've had these failures, like I feel unworthy, and like something horrible is going to happen at any moment. And I know logically that that's not the case, but it was like I was in fight or flight. Like I was panicking. There was days
like
I was
functional freeze is what I would call it.
Oh, that is exact. I was living in
Functional
functional freeze.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was days where it was like panic attacks all day. And I've only been met with love, compassion, understanding, acceptance. No one in my life is like
you don't have any big T traumas.
no, I mean,
yeah. But the people you surround yourself with give you full love.
Yes,
and
yes.
Send you and
so,
accept and
exactly.
receive you.
And it was like I couldn't receive it. And it wasn't like I thought they were lying, and it wasn't like I was like, you're wrong, you're lying to me. It wasn't that. It was like, I'm hearing you. Like, I believe you on a logically. Like, my brain was like, totally, but my heart. Yeah.
And you have no dental fillings, no silver fillings. You didn't have that blockade coming in, but you had scars.
Yes.
And so I asked you, when you had called, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago now, and you were like, listen, I just want to talk to somebody else at the clinic. I happened to answer the phone because we were going through a crazy transition. I was like, oh, it's Em. Okay. Hi. So when we were chatting, I was like, well, I really feel like it's time to really address your scars. You're like, they're not that big. I don't have that many. And I was like, well, has Sarah addressed them? And you're like, yes. I was like, well, let me address them. Because even though Sarah and I do the same work, I apply it a little differently. I have a good 15 years of experience on her. And I was like, let's just
shake it up. Let's see.
Let's come in and let's shake the curtain. Give me an hour and a half, I said, because I can't get through this, because of who you are. I knew that there was a big
we were going
breakthrough.
We're
going in for the breakthrough. So can you share with them what that was like? Leading up to it as well as the actual day.
Yeah. Are you comfortable with me disclosing
Well, everything.
No. I mean, the story.
If that's
no,
yours,
I got that.
Yours.
Yeah.
Not mine to tell.
Yeah. So my scars on my body, almost all of them except for, well, no, the belly button piercing is self-inflicted. Yeah,
self-inflicted.
all of them are self-inflicted scars, which, you know, I'm pretty open about talking about this. It's, you know, it was when I felt alone and like I didn't have any answers growing up. Harming myself was how I could numb, hence the functional freeze, right? I could just make it physical, and physical pain was way easier to deal with for me than emotional pain. So much easier.
Which is why you chose your field.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, of course. That and also like losing Wesley and yeah. So there was many life, like loss of a friend, loss of loved ones very suddenly. So although I was telling Kelly, like, they're not that big, it's not that bad, it's not like you know, I was comparing it to your scar on your, you know, and which was not an effective comparison because, as we know, doesn't really matter the size or the depth, right? It's the trauma, the memory, and so, what tool did we use? What was it?
Rapid release technology.
Rapid release technology.
Right here. We use one of these layers.
Yeah.
High vibration, high sounds. And I just use it very effectively.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed to break up scar tissue. Yeah.
Right. So, you know, I was feeling a lot on the table, and I definitely felt safe to feel it all. I mean, now, I'm feeling like, and I think that was also like part of what, like, really the domino effect of when I was noticing some resistance of coming here. Well, no. I felt like my rain barrel had filled up, and I was like, I feel like I'm actually going crazy. I know that's such a harsh judgment, but I was just, I could not. My
I
was in a loop. My old coping skills were not working.
The tools weren't working.
The tools weren't working.
Something was coming to the surface.
And I mean, I'm in recovery of self-harm for over a decade at this point. So like that wasn't on the table. I wasn't worried about that. But like just like other skills from like, you know, being in therapy, being a psychologist, I was like, there's something missing. Like I literally felt like, I mean, I couldn't relax. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating. I had no appetite. It was very scary.
And you should be very excited because you're about to get married.
Right. So there's that too. I mean, no doubt about my fiance. I also think, you know, getting married brought up a lot of like childhood stuff.
Yeah. Am I worthy to be loved?
Am I worthy to be loved? I'm like,
to that.
Does Josh know what he's signing up for? And Sarah's like, he's been with you for a decade now. Like, I'm pretty sure he knows. Like, so it was just a lot. And Sarah was like, the issues are in the tissues. Like, I really think like the somatic piece is like what's missing because you're intelligent. You can explain everything. Like, you have all this awareness.
But you're not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it. And also learning about when I got a belly button piercing at 16, like my midline.
Right.
And Genevieve was like going into depth of like, you're not, there was a block, like there was the block of like accepting love. And so working with you and working on the piercing scar and the self-harm scars, I mean, it's hard to put into words.
Yeah.
It's very hard to put into words. I've been saying to Genevieve and Sarah, like, since January, I've been wanting to like journal because usually I journal a lot. But since coming here, it's not that I'm like averse to journaling at all, but I was like, I don't even know how to put this into words. Like, I'm just feeling it, you know? And also my safe space, if you can't tell, is intellectualizing or like, yeah, so
which so many people are because that's what we've been trained to keep us comfortable.
Yeah, because we like to think that we're thinking beings that sometimes feel, but we are the opposite.
Right, and so it's beautiful you got to feel, and then what happened? Once you, in that session, in that hour and a half, I'm RTing the scars, I'm opening up that tissue, we're going deep, you're connected to your heart through sound of soul, I'm pumping your lymph, I'm using tuning forks, I'm using magnetic resonance through the chi coils, I'm facilitating the breath practice, I'm coaching you through this hour and a half session. Mm-hmm. What's changed since, well, what was your takeaway from that session, if you remember?
I have a voice recording. I like recorded myself afterwards. But I felt peace. I just felt peace. I was like, I can just be in this moment.
Mm.
I can just be at peace.
And then what has transformed, I should say, since then?
I feel like a little fairy nymph, like, running around the earth all the time.
Sarah and I are the nymph and the queens and fairies and queens and goddesses.
Yeah, like, I'm, like, walking
It's magical.
around town. Yeah, I'm walking around
magical.
town, and I am just, like, smiling. I'm walking around, like, I'm just, like, living my life, and I'm like, I'm cool. Like, I'm intelligent.
I'm funny, I'm cool,
funny.
I'm intelligent.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I have self-worth just being me.
Yeah, like, I'm good, and yeah, and I just have more, like, because my cup is full, pouring into other people's is just, it's just easy. It's just easy. Like, I was at my workout class, and it's a great community there, and they're expanding the studio, and I was like, oh, when are you guys moving? Like, if you guys want help, I'll come over and, like, help move. And they were like, what? Are you serious? Why? And I'm like, why not? Like, if you want the village, be the villager. It's a free workout. I'm going to lift stuff anyway. Like, and then I was like, wait, we should make it a community event. We can write intentions on the new space wall, and then we can paint, before we paint over it.
Idea.
And they were like, yeah. So, well, I'm sorry. That was actually Sienna's idea. I shouldn't take credit for that. But anyway.
But it was great.
Yeah.
And so it's been, 3, maybe 4 weeks since we had our session?
Yeah, and yesterday I did wake up and I didn't follow my morning routine, and I was just like, yeah, no, it's a non-negotiable. Like, I have to follow it, because I, like, noticed, like, the old story, the old programming, like, it felt like a little, like, shadow almost, like, I could kind of, like, feel it creeping up, and I was just like, like, okay. And I think I was like, oh, all right.
Sigh out. Good. That's part of the practice.
Right.
Because it is a practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a pill. And it's something we practice each day as we meet ourselves, because each day new contrarian things happen, whether they're positive or negative, but new experiences, new input. And our ability to respond appropriately to that input is based upon how clear of a system it is.
Yeah.
And essentially what we had done is you had a disconnect because of the scars. Like, the communication was getting there, but it wasn't quite getting there.
Yeah.
So as we address the scars on that deeper level and all the adhesions with the scars, it was able to open up that blockade to healing.
Yeah.
And then the difference in the last 4 weeks, on a scale of 1 to 10, like how you felt for the last 10 years on a scale of 1 to 10, where did you live? 10 being awesome, 0 being sucky.
I would say, 10 years is a little harder. I would say since the beginning of, like, grad school. So, like, what was that? That was in 2019. So 2019. 7 years. Yeah. So almost done. Yeah.
Yeah.
2019 to more recently, 0 worst, 10 the best.
Yeah.
Hanging out at a 2 to a 5, maybe, like, on average a 3. Yeah. 4.
And where do you live for the last 3 to 4 weeks?
I would say I'm anywhere from, like, 7 to 9. And the journey's just beginning, so let's see.
It's awesome.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. So, what do you want to say to everybody who has scars? Because that's what this is about. It's about releasing physical scars and emotional scars, which are connected. Mm-hmm. But how do you feel about scars at this point, scar therapy?
I mean, it's a game changer professionally and personally. I mean, I definitely am like, go get your scars treated.
Or by your own RRT, because this one is professional, but you have a smaller one. And then I will end with, can you tell them all about your wedding registry?
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. So
this is one of my favorite parts of it, and what a delightful surprise when she told me this a few months ago.
So my fiance and I, we're not like we're a little bit more minimalist. Like, we're not like, we don't have a lot of stuff. Like, we like experiences more, and we're very fortunate to have a home. It's furnished. We got stuff in it, right? So we were like, what do we put on our registry, right? Like, okay, maybe honeymoon fund, all right. And then I was like, the upgrades. The upgrades, like, and then, like, at first Josh was like, huh? And I was like, Josh, trust me, all of these things you love. And he's like, I do love the flow vibe. I'm like, exactly. So we're just going to expand on that. So, yeah.
So it's like sauna space and RTs and water filters and all the things.
I don't have I gotta get that.
That's a good idea. Put the handheld one in there.
Yeah.
But these are ways that she can continue to care for herself and her husband, and as her family expands, that she'll have all the tools.
Yeah.
And the lymph upgrades. Now that she has all the lymph lessons, and more importantly, the lymph moves, so that she can continue to move forward in her life. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me share the message.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing this message. Yes, appreciate you all. Mwah.
That was fun.